Just imagine you're standing in the room without any furniture, you don't have a TV, you don't have your phone, you don't have any books or clothes, you don't have to cook, clean the house or do the laundry. So, what would you do? I talked to my family and we decided that I would do this challenge if this will not affect our family life. The idea to take on 100 Days, 100 Things challenge came to my mind after I watched the movie 100 Things. So I have started with 5 things. It was the long t-shirt, it was at the same time the pyjama, the dress. Also I had trousers, sandals, sleeping bag, and my phone to just make some pictures of my challenge, but I didn't have a charger. I didn't have to move all our things to a garage because my family was still live with me. I was still a mom, I was still a wife. I will cook the food for my family and I can use all the utensils because I cook for my family. If somebody is eating, I can eat that food, I can eat everything we had in the fridge, but I couldn't use the utensils, the plates, knives or etc. when I cook for myself. And also I can watch a movie if my family watching a movie in the evening, but for example I can sit on the sofa, I can change the channel because it's not my TV for the moment. I can decide what kind of movie we will watch. I think you understood the idea. So every morning I can choose one thing which I will pick for myself and I can use it later on. The first day I spent with my daughter, we ate fruits, we was laughing and playing together because I can't do something else. I didn't do the laundry, I didn't do the cleanup. So I just started to figuring out how I will live those 100 days. And suddenly I found a lot of time. As I go back and check the priorities of the things I have chosen, I can see what is important in my life. So the first night I spent sleeping on the floor on my sleeping bag, and when I woke up I was so broken. The battery of my phone have low power and the smell of my body wasn't very nice and I feel so uncomfortable. But I realized that most important thing in this kind of situation is the good sleep. So the first thing I chose, it was matelass. After a while I realized that the sleeping is most important thing for me, because when I am well rested, I am in a good mood, I have energy to do something during the day, I have energy to think, to create, to be happy. So yes, boys and girls, the sleep is very, very important in our life. During the next few days I took a soap and the toothbrush, and it wasn't really matter for me. I was using my sleeping bag as a towel. I'm so happy it was the summertime and summer was quite warm, so I can dry my sleeping bag on the sun, and after during the night I can sleep in the sleeping bag again. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. It's more important to be clean and to feel fresh, neither to wear fancy clothes. Every day I was using my phone just when I needed. So I just was taking some pictures of my challenge, and also if I need to make a really important call, I was using my phone, and that's all. So the phone was working about 3 or 4 days, but one day of course the battery was dead and I need to recharge it. But still I had a lot of things in my mind, the priority of the things, And I was really happy when one day I went to our grocery shop and I found that they have these small charger boxes, and I was so happy about that because I could charge it for free. And then I realized that there is a few ways to solve the task or solve the problem. We just need to think about it, and we just need to figure it out how we can do that. I had a plan. What should I take day after day? It was my dream plan. I still was sitting on the floor, I still was eating simple food, and I was dreaming about a cup of good coffee. And as always, we can dream, we can plan, but our life have some surprises for us. So one day my period came before it should, after the weather changed and I needed warmer clothes. Actually, after this challenge, I made few rules for my wardrobe, so if you're interested in that, don't forget to subscribe. And finally, I took a coffee machine. That's strange, you can say, because I still was wearing the same t-shirt. Okay, I have t-shirt and a combi, and I choose the coffee machine. Why? Why? But yes, that feeling to drink a good coffee in the morning was more important for me. But the very next morning, it was not a cup, it was a pot from my yogurt. But I was enjoying this coffee after about a week. Another my desire is it's a movement. So day after day I was choosing my sports equipment. So I took a bike so I can ride the bike and go to the beach. I took my running shoes, my socks, because I had few quite cold days and my feet was frozen in the summer. And I took the leggings. So I still was washing my socks every evening by hands with the soap. But I was the happiest person in the world. Another surprise in my life was that on day 42 we get a possibility with my husband to go to Barcelona. And yes, I still was on the challenge, so I had few days before to plan my backpack. So that was the lighter trip I ever had. So, Barcelona. I had no makeup on my face, I still was washing my lingerie and my socks every evening. And actually that wasn't very comfortable, but I don't remember that at the moment. But what I do remember, now I want to share with you some funny moments, and maybe you can write me in the comment below that was crazy, why you should do that. But it was quite funny things that happened. So we had a watermelon, yeah. So we had a watermelon, and I wanted to eat it, but I had no knife, I had no table, so we just crushed our watermelon on the floor, and we was eating it with our hands. And yes, that was very messy, but you know, I don't remember all this mess. I remember the feeling. How funny was that? Everybody in my family, we was enjoying this like funny things. That's crazy, that's stupid, but that was so funny, and I still remember that with a good feeling inside. I was eating the pasta from the pot with my hands, and my daughter, she was like so amazed. She was a kid. She is a kid. And she was like, "Mommy, why are you eating with your hands from the pot? I also want to eat like that. I don't want to eat from the plate." And this is another lesson that our children, they are learning from us, from what we are doing, not how we teach them. For example, I should say for her, like, yeah, you should eat from the plate and you should eat using your fork. But she is seeing how mom is eating with the hands from the pot, from the casserole, and she was like, I want to do the same. So this was another lesson for me, and actually now I think before I do something when my kid is watching me. Also, during this challenge, I started to learn a bit about plastic, and I tried to reduce plastic from my life, and now I totally agree, it's almost impossible. If you live your normal, usual life, and you have a work, you are a mom or a parent, you have some kids, you will have the plastic in your house. It's possible to reduce it, but it's quite hard. But during this challenge, I also made a few rules for me, and I tried to use plastic as less as possible. And I'm planning to make some videos about the plastic in the kitchen, about the plastic in my bathroom, what I have, what I get rid of. So hope to see you in my next videos. What I also figured out that I had some priorities in filming, because I chose the microphone. I was filming and making the pictures during the challenge with my phone. After, I took an iPad because I wanted to share with you guys the video, and this video I have in my old channel in my language, so now I decided to share with more people this kind of video. And yes, I am interested in filming, I am interested in photography, and that was good to know, good to realize. Because when I bought my first camera, when I bought my first lens, I didn't think that will get me somewhere, and look at me now. I'm here filming the video for my YouTube channel. The last thing I realized during this challenge is that as more things I get, as more things I need. And that was the saddest part, of course, but there is also an opposite side, that I realized that sometimes we think that we need some kind of things, and we go and buy them. But if we create some kind of rules, what we need truly, what for we need those things, it will be easier to not buy everything that we saw in a commercial, or we went shopping and suddenly we get with a lot of bags at home. And I think when you buy something what you really need, you will get happier for a long time.